Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series, where everyday coins turn into powerful pieces of American history. Today we're diving into two Lincoln cents that sit on opposite ends of a major turning point in U.S. coinage. One comes from the final years before massive changes hit the penny, and the other comes from a year that shaped modern collecting forever. These are coins that millions of people have handled, yet only a few truly understand. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why these pennies matter, what makes them valuable, and how collectors see them today. Stay with me, because what looks like 1 cent could be worth far more than you imagine. 1981 Lincoln Penny. The 1981 Lincoln Penny represents one of the most fascinating transitional periods in United States coinage. At first glance, it looks like a common, ordinary cent, something you've probably seen thousands of times. But beneath that familiar design lies a story of rising metal prices, manufacturing changes, and collector demand that continues to grow year after year. In 1981, the Lincoln penny was still being produced primarily with a copper-based composition. At this time, the U.S. Mint was facing serious challenges due to the rising cost of copper. The penny's traditional metal content was becoming more expensive than its face value, creating a financial problem that would soon force a major change. Because of this, 1981 pennies are now seen as part of the final chapter of the classic copper cent era. Most 1981 Lincoln pennies are made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. These are often referred to as copper pennies by collectors. This metal composition alone gives them intrinsic value beyond 1 cent, especially as copper prices fluctuate over time. Collectors often separate these coins from later zinc-based cents because of their weight, durability, and historical importance. The 1981 penny was struck at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia mint coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins feature the D mint mark, and San Francisco struck proof coins with the S mint mark. Each of these versions plays a different role in the collector market. Circulated 1981 Lincoln pennies are extremely common and typically worth face value. However, value begins to rise when condition improves. Uncirculated examples with strong luster and minimal contact marks are actively collected. Coins graded in higher mint state levels can sell for several dollars or more, especially when they retain full red color. Color is a major factor in determining value. Copper pennies are categorized as red, red-brown, or brown. Red coins, which retain most of their original mint luster, are far scarcer than brown examples. A fully red 1981 Lincoln penny in high-grade condition is much more desirable than a dull, circulated piece. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are another important category. These coins were specially made for collectors using polished dies and planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and sharp details. A 1981 S-proof penny in excellent condition is widely collected and valued higher than regular circulation strikes. Another aspect collectors look for in 1981 Lincoln pennies is strike quality. Many coins from this period show weakness in Lincoln's hair details and the design elements on the reverse. Strongly struck examples stand out and command higher prices among collectors assembling high-quality sets. Errors also play a role in the value of some 1981 pennies. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks are known from this year. While not extremely common, these errors add an extra layer of collectability. More dramatic errors can significantly increase a coin's value, depending on visibility and condition. The historical significance of the 1981 Lincoln penny lies in its timing. Just 1 year later, the U.S. Mint would dramatically change the composition of the penny, shifting to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This makes 1981 one of the last years where copper pennies were consistently produced, solidifying its place in numismatic history. Collectors today view the 1981 Lincoln penny as a sleeper coin. While it doesn't have a single headline-grabbing variety, its copper content, historical placement, and condition rarity keep demand steady. As fewer high-grade examples survive, collector interest continues to grow. This penny tells the story of economic pressure, material scarcity, and the evolution of American coinage. It may not seem exciting at first, but for those who understand its context, the 1981 Lincoln penny is a meaningful and collectible piece of history. 1964 Lincoln Penny. The 1964 Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic and historically significant coins ever produced by the United States Mint. This penny comes from a year of enormous change, cultural shifts, and unprecedented coin production. While millions upon millions were struck, the story behind this coin makes it one of the most collected and studied Lincoln cents of all time. In 1964, the United States was experiencing massive demand for coins. The country was in the middle of what is often called the coin shortage era. Rising silver prices had caused people to hoard silver coins, which led to shortages in everyday circulation. Although the Lincoln penny did not contain silver, the mint still dramatically increased production to keep up with public demand. The 1964 Lincoln penny was struck in Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while Denver coins carry the D mint mark. Both versions were produced in enormous quantities, making 1964 one of the highest mintage years for Lincoln cents. Like other pennies of the era, the 1964 Lincoln penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This solid copper composition adds to its appeal today, especially among collectors who prefer pre-1982 cents for their metal content and traditional weight. Most 1964 Lincoln pennies found in circulation today are well-worn and brown in color. These coins are extremely common and typically worth face value. However, condition plays a massive role in determining value. High-grade uncirculated examples are far scarcer than many people realize. Because so many 1964 pennies were heavily used in daily transactions, relatively few survived in pristine condition. Coins with full red color, sharp strikes, and clean surfaces are highly sought after by collectors. In top mint state grades, these coins can be worth significantly more than 1 cent. The Denver Mint issues from 1964 are particularly interesting to collectors due to strike variations. Some coins show strong, crisp details, while others are weakly struck. Well-struck examples with bold details are more desirable and command higher prices. Another factor contributing to the 1964 penny's importance is its place in American history. This coin was minted during a time of major social change, economic shifts, and political transformation. It circulated through the hands of millions during a defining decade in U.S. history. Proof coins from 1964 were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as San Francisco did not begin producing proof coinage again until later years. These proof pennies feature sharp details and reflective surfaces, making them a favorite among collectors. Well-preserved proofs are widely collected and hold steady value. Error coins from 1964 also attract attention. Off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and die cracks can be found. While not extremely rare, these errors add interest and variety to collections and can increase a coin's value depending on severity and eye appeal. The 1964 Lincoln penny also benefits from nostalgia. Many collectors remember handling these coins during childhood or seeing them in circulation for decades. That emotional connection drives ongoing interest and demand. Despite its massive mintage, the 1964 Lincoln penny proves that rarity isn't only about numbers. It's about survival. High-quality examples are far less common than worn ones, and collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins that look as fresh today as they did the day they were minted. This penny represents stability, tradition, and continuity in American coinage. It bridges the past and the future, standing as a reminder of an era when copper pennies were a normal part of everyday life. When you hold a 1964 Lincoln penny, you're holding more than just a coin, you're holding a piece of American history that has quietly witnessed decades of change. That's why it continues to be one of the most collected and respected Lincoln cents ever made. And that's what makes both the 1981 and 1964 Lincoln pennies so special.